Hello, eighth grade. How are we today? I apologize for my voice. My allergies are giving me a hard time. We're going to go ahead and jump into lesson 2 today. So today you're going to be introduced to the anchor text, which is a graphic novel. So you're going to learn about how to read a graphic novel. You're then going to read the first chapter and answer some text-dependent questions. You guys have an entrance ticket today. So as you enter class, I want you to, you've already entered, I want you to look at your copy of Mouse. So your teacher should pass those out if you do not already have them. I want you to preview the front and back covers of the book and the synopsis on the inside cover, and then glance briefly at the format and chapter titles of the book. Then, using this note catcher, I want you to capture your initial. So that means the first thing that you noticed or questions that you have about this book. So noticings on one side and wonderings or questions on the other. And then I want you to share with a partner whenever you guys are finished. So maybe about 5 minutes on this, and then 5 minutes share out and talk about it as a class, and then come back to me and we'll move forward. All right, guys, so we have 2 learning targets today. I can read a text in graphic novel format. I can answer questions about a text and cite evidence to support my analysis. So let's go ahead and jump in and learn how to read a graphic novel. So I want you guys to turn and talk. Have you ever read any other graphic novels? What are some reasons authors might choose to use this kind of format? And why do you think the author of Mouse decided to write his story as a graphic novel? So turn and talk and then share out as a class. Go ahead and pause the video and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Okay, guys, so a graphic novel uses text and illustration in a graphic format to tell a story. So over on the right-hand side here, you see a graphic novel format anchor chart. So you see all the things that go into a graphic novel and that reading experience. In Mouse, the author uses graphic elements in a sequential way to tell the reader a story, okay? So pause the video just a moment, and as a class, go over these things, and then come back to me and we'll move forward. All right, guys, so let's do a little bit of kind of a scavenger hunt, okay? So open up your graphic novel. I want you guys to answer these questions with a partner. So see if you can get the correct answer for these things and figure out in what format you're supposed to read. So you're reading just like a book, left to right, okay? So pause the video and work with a partner, answer these questions, and then come back to me and we will move forward. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to go over a couple of these things with you. So you probably got the hang of it right off the bat because I know you guys are smart. But in graphic novels, readers have to pay attention to the visual representations as well as the written text. The dialogue is seen as well as read, as in a traditional novel. So the reader will have to pay attention to visuals like facial descriptions, background images to get the full meaning. The writer can use imagery to suggest more meaning, give hints, or provide more details than just words alone can do, like the use of mice and rats in Mouse. Okay, guys, so we're going to do all of these things. So I want you to think about them. We're not going to think, pair, share. I know it says it right here, but in this unit, in this module, you're going to collaborate, you're going to persevere, you're going to take initiative, and you're going to take responsibility. So pause the video here, and I'm going to let your teacher go over a little bit of this with you, talk about it, have some discussion. What does it look like? What does it sound like? And then come back to me and we'll move forward. All right, guys, so we've got some vocab words. If you have a place to put these in your notebook, I would love for you to do that now. So go ahead and pause the video. You have 3: graphic novel, panel, and caption. It's going to be important that you know what these mean and you can revert back to these words. So go ahead and pause the video for these 3 and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Okay, guys, then we have 2 more: speech bubble and tail. Okay, so go ahead and add these now. Come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the text. So before we do that, let's turn and talk. What does this title suggest the book will be about? Why did the author choose the words bleeds history instead of choosing the words scar or wound? And then on pages 5 and 6, that section specifically takes place in New York. What character and setting information is the reader given in this excerpt? Turn and talk, and then have some discussion as a class. So go ahead and pause the video and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Okay, guys, so in panels 3 through 5, again, I want you guys to think, pair, share. Work with your elbow partner. Why does Art's father talk about being locked in a room with no food for a week? Think about this as some foreshadowing. So providing a hint of what is to come in the text. So have some discussion about this, and then have some discussion as a class, okay? And then come back to me and we will move on. All right, guys, so we've got some varieties of English here. So some questions here, 3 questions to think about. What do you notice about Vladek's language? Why do you think Vladek's dialect is different from the classroom variety of English we use? And how do you notice people using language differently in different contexts within these pages? So go ahead and have some whole class discussion about this, and then we're going to jump into reading chapter 1. So come back to me when you're ready for that. All right, guys, so we're going to work now to read chapter 1 of Mouse. I'm going to leave these questions on the board. I want you guys to read this however your teacher sees fit as a class so you guys can talk about it. Whatever you need to do, you're just reading chapter 1 today. You've got 3 questions, so 3 places to pause and reflect on page 17, 19, and 23. So go ahead and begin your reading now. Stop and answer these questions when you get to them, and then come back to me and we'll close out with an exit ticket. All right, guys, so our closing for today, you've got some text-dependent questions. This is in your workbook or actually online. Miss Mitchell wants me to let you guys know that you're going to submit everything online. So go ahead and complete the selected response questions independently, okay? I want to know your responses to these. I'm not going to go over these because this is a checkpoint for today. We want to see how much you guys retained and learned and comprehend from today's lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Please make sure you have completed this exit ticket, and I'll see you guys soon in lesson 3.